Great. We good? Awesome. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education regular public monthly meeting today, Monday, June 16th, 2025. Tonight, the board met in executive session at 6 p.m. here at the James Caldwell High School, room 105. The purpose of that meeting was to discuss personnel, litigation, miscellaneous, and old business matters. That meeting has been advertised and is in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law. The matters discussed will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required, and formal action pursuant to said discussion shall take place only at a meeting to which the public has been invited. Tonight, the regular public monthly meeting is starting at 7:05 p.m. at the James Caldwell High School cafeteria. The Board of Education meeting is being streamed live, but all community questions and comments will be welcomed here in person only. The Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education regular public monthly meeting is also in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law. Notices have been sent to the Progress in Caldwell, New Jersey, the Star Ledger in Newark, New Jersey, Tap into West Essex. Notices have also been posted at the Board of Education Business Office located in the Harrison School Building, Gray Street, West Caldwell, and have been delivered to the clerks of the Borough of Caldwell and the Township of West Caldwell for posting. Brian, can you please take the roll?
Yes. Ms. DiMartini.
Here.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson.
Here.
Ms. Mack.
Here.
Mr. Diabola.
Here.
Ms. Grosso.
Here.
So we have 5 voting members present. We have a quorum.
Great. Can everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brian, are there any communications for the board this evening?
There were none.
Okay, so we are going to start. We are running the show tonight, so forgive us. We are on our own, but we can do it. So we're going to start with our milestone years of service recognitions. So I'm going to invite, I know I see Mr. Lincoln's here, Mr. Devlin. Does anybody, Mr. Devlin, would you like to start? Or we have retirees to honor this evening and our milestone years. So are you guys prepared to talk about just retirees or?
Do you want to go first? There's no middle school report today?
No. Oh, there is, but we're going to do the teachers first and then we're going to move to the middle school. I want everyone to be here for the teachers, so I'd like to do that first.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we're here to acknowledge the time and dedication of some wonderful faculty and staff. And it's my privilege to say a few words about my school nurse, Ms. Mary Ann Rivera. Ms. Rivera is someone who's dedicated her entire career to helping others. Her first job was at a hospital in Perth Amboy, where she served on the infectious disease floor. And in speaking to Ms. Rivera prior to today's meeting, she mentioned that she wound up on that floor because, quote, no one else would do it. Which, it didn't come as a surprise to me because anyone who has had the chance to work with Mary Ann knows that she's a pragmatist who's not afraid to step up when needed. After working in Perth Amboy, Ms. Rivera took a job at a local pediatric office working with Dr. Arthur DiLorenzo, and eventually she began her career as a school nurse at Jefferson School. After that came a 3-year stint at Harrison, followed by her most recent, and I don't know, maybe her favorite role. Yeah, of course, right? Working alongside me at Wilson School, where she's finishing out her career. Mary Ann, it's important to note that she served as the district nursing coordinator for many years, including during COVID, which I'm sure you all can imagine was no walk in the park. Between Dr. DiLorenzo's office and working for the public school system here in West Caldwell, it's hard to find somebody in town who hasn't been helped by Ms. Rivera. Most importantly, Mary Ann is the proud parent of 3 JCHS graduates, all of whom are wonderful people. So when I first started at Wilson, you guys laughing at me? I thought it's true. You're very nice people. I love the Riveras. I went to high school with all of them. So when I first started at Wilson, Mary Ann generously helped me gain my footing as the new building principal, and I'm grateful for her willingness to offer her insight and support as I navigated this new terrain. Additionally, she has been someone that I could always trust to do the right thing for our students. Oftentimes we go back and forth about the percentage of her job. That includes Band-Aids, ice packs, and interpreting the root cause of the many stomach aches that come into her office. But when someone was really hurt, I was always confident that the injured child would receive the best care possible. The job Ms. Rivera has done is one that changes in a moment's notice, but I should say Mary Ann was always calm, collected, and ready to help. So, Ms. Rivera, I'd like to take this moment to offer a deep and sincere thanks for all that you've done for the students, faculty, and staff at Wilson School and for the children of the Caldwell-West Caldwell School District. Congratulations on your retirement and a job well done, and we'll miss you next year. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Devlin's up. Oh, Mr. Devlin has two.
Yes.
Two of the best.
Yeah. Tonight I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of the administration and honoring two extraordinary educators. First, Julie Holman. After 27 remarkable years in our district and 31 years or 32 years total in the classroom, we celebrate the retirement of Julia Holman, an outstanding social studies teacher whose impact is truly immeasurable. Julie has always struck the rare balance of holding students to high standards while being genuinely admired and respected by them. She's proud, she's principled, and she takes seriously her role as a history teacher. In her classroom, there are no shortcuts. She does not simply deliver information, she designs learning experiences. She asks hard questions, she expects her students to wrestle with ideas, to examine events from multiple perspectives, and to build their arguments with evidence and clarity. Her students don't just learn history, they learn to think. Behind every lesson is a fierce commitment to making learning meaningful. She has taught her students not just what happened in history, but how to become thoughtful, discerning citizens of the world. This is perhaps most powerfully exemplified in her Holocaust and Genocide elective, a course that reflects both her moral purpose and her academic standings. Her legacy will continue to resonate in the years ahead as this course remains a vital part of our curriculum and is carried forward by her colleagues in the department. As I alluded to earlier, it is the greatest of educators who can be demanding while still earning the deep appreciation of their students. Julie is certainly one of these teachers. Of course, her colleagues also hold her in the highest regard, but perhaps most telling testament to her impact is that two of her current department peers, Evan McLaughlin and Kristen Flack, were once her students. Evan shared that Julie is one of the key reasons he chose to become a teacher, and Kristen wrote something I'd like to share with you because it so beautifully captures the kind of teacher Julie is. Kristen wrote, "As a student at JCHS, Ms. Holman was my favorite teacher. Her class was exciting and challenging. She taught me that it was okay to be wrong sometimes as long as I worked hard and always strived to be better. She never sugarcoated anything, so I knew if I received positive feedback, I had actually earned it. She had high standards for myself and my peers, but she helped us every step of the way. More than just teaching me American history, she taught me how to be a lifelong learner and a prudent student. Her lessons carried me through college and grad school, which were a breeze compared to her class, and they help me now as I try to be half the teacher she is. Julie, your retirement is well deserved, but your absence will be deeply felt. Thank you for the decades of wisdom, dedication, and unwavering belief in what students can do when we expect the best. Congratulations, and may the next chapter bring you as much joy and purpose as you've given to others. Congratulations. It is also my honor tonight to celebrate the retirement of a remarkable educator, musician, and leader in the music department, Miss Elsie Timpson. After 19 years in our district and 30 of teaching in total, we say congratulations with deep gratitude to Elsie Timpson. Elsie is a musician and educator of the highest caliber. She teaches with integrity, with wisdom, with experience, and with musical standards that are sky high. That's words from Andrew Burroughs. She demands excellence, and she gets it, not through pressure, but through compassion, perseverance, presence, and a mixture of tough love and humor. Those are my words. To her students, she is far more than just a chorus director. As we heard so beautifully at the senior dinner, she is the heart of the chorus family, the mom, the guide, the truth teller, and a fierce protector. Her students know that in her room, they will be accepted for who they are, they will be challenged, and they will be held accountable, and they will be loved. That's Elsie's true musical magic. And she does it all in style, as the students have long admired not just her musical chops, but her signature fashion sense. Another amazing aspect of her educational talents is that Elsie is a highly effective teacher at the secondary and elementary levels. Obviously, she needs to bring a different type of energy, humor, and care to the elementary school, but each day she manages to seamlessly switch gears from high school to elementary. Mr. Ayers couldn't be here tonight, but he asked me to read something on his behalf. So, on behalf of everyone at Jefferson School, we offer you our most sincere congratulations upon your well-deserved retirement. When you look back at your career at the CWC schools, I hope you do it with a smile. Holiday and spring concerts and fifth grade promotions were always special in part to your efforts. Your ingenuity has helped to establish a wonderful Halloween tradition, a school-wide Monster Mash, and we'll do our best to continue that tradition. Thank you for all of your years of commitment and dedication. We wish you nothing but the best upon your retirement. I also wanted to share something that one of her colleagues wrote that also highlights what an incredible teacher Elsie is. Will Downey wrote, and you didn't hear this the other night at the retirement dinner, as a first-year teacher, I was assigned to teach K through 2 general music. It was completely outside of my comfort zone as a strings teacher. It was suggested by other colleagues that I reach out to Ms. Timpson to observe her K-2 lessons at Jefferson School. Elsie took me in immediately as one of her own and showed me the ropes. I learned more in a few lessons I watched her teach than all of my classes on general music in college. Those pointers have stuck with me throughout my career, and even though I don't teach classroom general anymore, if you can create and execute engaging lessons for that level, I'm convinced you can do anything in the music educational world. And that's Ms. Timpson, and our department will miss her immensely. Elsie, your legacy lives on in every student who found their voice in your classroom and in the deep sense of belonging you created for so many. We thank you, we will miss you, and we wish you all the best in your well-deserved retirement. Congratulations, Elsie.
I also have to brag that she is also an amazing choreographer. Oh, as well, her chorus concerts always have choreography.
Thank you. And not to mention the Monster Mash choreography.
There you go. There you go. My glasses. Chase and Joey, you're being so patient. We just have a few more and then you guys are up so you can get out of here, okay? You're superstars. Okay, now we're going to recognize some very, very special people who have served milestone years of service. So when I read the faculty member's name, if you could stand up and come to the front, that would be amazing. And then we'll take a picture and then I have something to say about all of our faculty here tonight. So first, 30 years of service, Lincoln Elementary School physical education teacher, Ms. Sheila Zeman. I don't believe Sheila's here tonight, so we have to anyway. 25 years of service, Elizabeth Coogan Russell. Cougs! She's not here tonight, but yeah, Cougs! Woo! Joanne Denono, not here tonight, but let's look. Joanne is a teacher of science here at James Caldwell High School. Cynthia Neal, special education teacher, Jefferson Elementary School. Woo! Cynthia! Woo! Yes, come on, just come on up. Claire's here, Claire Pennington, small secretary extraordinaire. Thank you very much. Woo! Ms. Powell, Elizabeth Powell is here, special education teacher, James Caldwell High School. And Melissa Silverthorne, science teacher extraordinaire, special education teacher. Please stand up. All right, get up here, get up. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. I mean, they've worked here for 25 years. This is amazing. And they lasted. That's even more amazing. Come on over and take a picture of here. This is so Let's give these amazing Brian just reminded me, I also want to acknowledge our retirees who are not in attendance this evening. So Mr. Stephen Birnbaum, teacher of mathematics, 20 years at James Caldwell High School. Can you give Mr. Birnbaum? Ms. Robin Kyle, special education teacher, 31 years. Ms. Kyle is a staple here. And Ms. Manfrey, our teacher of Italian, James Caldwell High School and Grover Cleveland Middle School. She was also the NHS advisor for years. She's such a presence and we'll miss her greatly. Miss Lisa Manfrey. And we also just acknowledge we lost Mr. Tim, and he retired physical education teacher at James Caldwell High School back in March, but we just acknowledge him one more time this evening. So let's give it. I'm going to read my formal statement, but just really on behalf of the board, so much love to all of our retirees. Thank you. You gave more of your life here to the children of this district than you probably have given to your own families, and we are so grateful for all of that. And for our teachers who have been here 30 years, Ms. Zeman, she's like a rock star with that energy. And all of our teachers here who we honored this evening, we just thank you. Again, 25 years is such a testament to your dedication to our students, so we thank you. But I do have a nice little statement I just would like to read very quickly. So on behalf of the Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education, I'd like to extend our deepest gratitude and heartfelt congratulations to our 2025 retirees and our staff who celebrate milestones this evening. Each of you has left a lasting impact on the lives of countless students and colleagues throughout your compassion, commitment, and excellence to our district. As Marion Wright Edelman so wisely said, service is the rent we pay for being. It is the very purpose of life and not something you do in your spare time. These remarkable individuals have lived that purpose every day, serving the most vulnerable, yet most important members of our society, our children. Your work has not only educated young minds, but uplifted and guided them with patience, compassion, and care, and for that, we are truly grateful. In recent years, our district has faced unique challenges and struggles. We recognize the strength, the professionalism, and the perseverance that you, as our staff members, have shown during these most trying times. The board is deeply grateful for your trust, your resilience, and your unwavering dedication throughout all of this to your students and your colleagues. While we will miss our retirees dearly, and it will not be the same without you all, truly. We wish you joy, peace, and new adventures in your free retired life. And to our milestone staff members, please do not think of leaving anytime soon, okay? So one more round of applause for all of our tremendous staff. Okay, so now that we're done with that, Chase and Joey, you're up. Welcome. Come on up.
Hi, and thank you to the Board of Education for inviting us to speak tonight. I am Chase Petru, and I am representing the House of Endurance.
Good evening, I'm Joyce Manera from the House of Respect. Recently, Frozen Jr. was featured on the 16th, 17th, and 18th of May, and the musical was played by GCMS students. Special thanks to those who made it possible, directors Randy Bobish and Jamie Meraviglia, as well as the music supervisor, Catherine Crail. We also couldn't have done it without the stage crew, who played many important roles. Overall, it was a great experience for all those who attended and was a smash hit, as it gave all participants experience in theater, as well as providing a great opportunity to make friends with others and their peers.
Today, the 8th graders went on a field trip to Spring Lake Day Camp in Ringwood, New Jersey. There were sports, arts, and many outdoor activities. Overall, it was a great way to celebrate our time at GCMS together. On Friday, the 8th graders had their 8th grade dance at the Hanover Manor. Kids dressed up, ate, danced, and hung out with each other, making it lots of fun. Also, the teachers would like to thank the HSA for all the things they have done for our students and teachers this year, including the breakfasts, a pizza truck for the teachers on Thursday, and providing the Italian ice for our end-of-the-year barbecue that will take place on the last day of school. The teachers and staff appreciate the HSA's support and generosity.
Recently at GCMS, we had many professionals working in science occupations volunteer their time to speak with the 8th grade class about their career path, job, and their experiences. These professionals inspired many 8th grade students to explore a career in science. We heard from a variety of speakers, including engineers, college professors, physicians, and architects, nurses, data scientists, and even some alumni from GCMS working in pharmacy, dental hygiene, the U.S. Coast Guard, engineering, and a firefighter. It was wonderful to see so many community members generously give their time to come in and speak with the students at GCMS. The 7th graders hosted their annual comparative government night on Wednesday, drawing a large turnout from the community. Guests explored different countries and their government structures through engaging student presentations. The event featured cultural attire, traditional dolls, food, games, and dances, making it both an informative and enjoyable evening for all. My favorite part of being a house leader is learning how to be a leader and learning the helpful skills in taking control of the house and leading a group of kids to victory. I like the tasks and challenges that come with being a house leader, like if I'm coaching a team in a close game, or making sure when I'm putting together a team that I include everybody. Being a house leader has made me realize that I enjoy public speaking. I like to stand in front of a large group of people and be the center of attention. Like during the lip sync battle, this Board of Ed meeting, or even just speaking to my house. But overall, my favorite part of being a house leader is just being a role model for the kids and hopefully influencing them to want to be where I am today.
My favorite part about being a house leader is learning useful skills like collaboration, communication, problem solving, and time management. Also, I like seeing our ideas come to life and helping organizing the school events alongside the other house leaders. Lastly, I like to influence kids to become more involved and confident to participate in school.
Thank you again for your time. Do you have any questions?
It's amazing. Does the board have any questions? Just one question. Are you excited for promotion on Wednesday? Yeah, you ready to come to the high school? Yeah, you guys did an awesome job. So just, you guys stay there, Joey. I don't want you to move too much. We'll come to you to take a quick picture. So you guys just stay there. We'll come around you, okay? Joey, did you break your leg?
Fracture.
In a lacrosse tournament this weekend, literally on Saturday, and he's here tonight, so that shows what kind of a leader he is. Great job. You did a great job. Just right here, just stay right here.
I think it's Julius. I think it's Julius.
Good job. Let's give him a round of applause. And then finally, under the superintendent's report, good night, guys, get home safe. We'd like to recognize our JCHS Board of Education representatives, our seniors, Cole Bazerman, Megan Pack, Bella Parathak, and Josiah Zaki, who could not be here tonight, but they all rotated being the student representatives, and they did an amazing job. So we just want to thank them. We should be mad at Josiah because he never reported back who won Senior Assassins, but we'll forgive him this time. Wish we knew, but we'll forgive him. And that will conclude the superintendent report. As far as the president's report, I don't have anything since I'm serving a dual role here this evening, but that's fine. But we'll move on to committee reports. So we have finance and facilities, so I'll pass it to Ms. Knott.
All right, the Finance and Facilities Committee met virtually on Wednesday, 6/11, from 4:30 p.m. to 5:10 p.m. Board committee members present included myself and Board President Julianne Grosso. Business Administrator Brian McCarthy was in attendance, as well as Director of Secondary Education Jamil Masbahuddin. The committee reviewed all finance and facility agenda items that are included in tonight's regular meeting agenda. The committee also discussed specific purchases, which includes the replacement of radio equipment that serve as the primary communication throughout the district for both our maintenance staff, administrative staff, and transportation staff in the district. We also discussed the implementation of a stair and handrail for the steps that lead from down below up to the track. So that will be, I'm not sure we have a date on that, but that will be installed starting from the top of the stairs, about halfway down as the first round of installation, and then we'll go about that second phase once we know that that first phase is set and good to go. That's exciting. We also discussed the purchase of a 24-passenger bus that will primarily serve out-of-district students. What else? Purchase of textbooks that support our new James Caldwell High School economics curriculum. And finally, we approved, or we're approving the architectural services for the design and bidding for the replacement of the James Caldwell High School Media Center skylights. All right. And that's it.
Any questions from the board on finance and facilities? No? Okay. And that's our only committee report, right? Nothing from curriculum, policy, and treasurer. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we'll move on to the minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
And a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Brian, whenever you're ready, if you can take the roll.
Yes, Ms. DiMartini,
Yes.
Ms. Lindelfi Jefferson,
Yes.
Ms. Mack,
Yes.
Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Grosso,
Yes.
5-0, motion carried.
Great. We're going to move on to public comments on agenda items only. So public participation shall be governed by the following. Participant must be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface comments by an announcement of their name and address. Statements are to be limited to 3 minutes duration. Participant may speak no more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. Boards use the public comment period of the meeting as an opportunity to listen to citizen concerns, but not to debate issues or enter into a question and answer session or a cross-examination between the public and individual members. Please be aware that not all issues brought before the board will be resolved this evening. Boards may respond to public comment by seeking additional information or by delegating the authority to investigate the issue to the superintendent or his designate. The presiding officer may interrupt, warn, and/or terminate a participant's comments if they exceed the allotted time or are objectively obscene. Participants may be civilly liable for any obscene, defamatory, or slanderous statements made during public comment. With that being said, does anyone want to address the board? Right now, it's agenda items only, and then it's open public comment. So if you came to speak about anything, that'll be at the end of the meeting. So anything on agenda items only right now. Liz?
Hello, Liz Hart, 149 Ravine Ave. So in the superintendent's report, which I know the superintendent isn't here right now, but there was mention of the HIB report for September through December of 2024. And so I looked at the numbers, I compared them to last year, and our numbers have gone up. For the high school, it more than doubled. For the incidents of violence or vandalism or other incidents leading to removal. The confirmed HIBs also increased by 5, and then the alleged went up by 3 year over year. GCMS went down slightly, but still, there was still like a lot. So I also looked at the, it was like the trainings, I think it was, right? So there's district and then by each individual school. So last year there was a decent amount, and this year there was there was only 2 district, and then it didn't seem like there were any at the school level. So I guess my question is, based on the fact that the numbers have increased, are we planning as a board/district to focus more on, I don't know, trainings or education or what have you to help to reduce the numbers?
I mean, honestly, Liz, like, I can't speak to it because we don't administer the district, so it's really like a superintendent's question. So
Okay.
what I would really encourage you to do is, Dr. Conklin's last day in the district is June 30th.
Right.
Dr. Fernari has a district email, so it's the same as it's lfernari@cwcboe.org. So I would encourage you can email Dr. Conklin, and he could probably answer your questions as to the training, the targeted training. I'm not sure what the state mandates are, like the requirements, like is school by school training a yearly thing? Is it like a one-time thing? I don't know those answers. So I
Okay.
would encourage you to reach out to him with those. And then also, if you're still concerned or not satisfied after him, then I would encourage you to speak to Dr. Fernari and make an appointment to see her this summer, because I know
Okay.
she's interested in meeting with people and and
Okay.
discussing things.
So she would then determine the schedule for the schools?
Like, again, like, because, again, like, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not, like, we don't, like, the board's job is not to administer the district, so that's an administration decision. And
Okay.
that's based on a superintendent's knowledge of, like, state statutes and requirements, right?
Okay.
And we just don't have that information. So I can't speak to the HIB report, which is why I didn't even call it out in the superintendent's report, because I can't speak to it.
Okay,
Like
understood.
intelligently, I can't, and I don't
Yeah,
want to, I don't want to say anything false. So that's why I would email him.
Okay.
And then if you don't get what you think you need from him, then I would definitely email Dr. Fenari. And she starts July 1st.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah. And do you have anything else, Liz? on
No,
your-
not for-
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Liz.
It's okay.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry. A little handicapped up here tonight, but. Anybody else on anything on the agenda? No? Okay, then I'm gonna close this. Again, if anyone's here for anything off the agenda, it'll be time at the end. We're gonna move on to voting, so we're gonna go to curriculum and technology, so I'll pass that to Terry.
Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, motion to approve items A through H under curriculum and technology on this evening's agenda.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Great, Brian, whenever you're ready, please.
Yes, Ms. DiMartini,
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson,
Yes.
Ms. Mack,
Yes.
Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Grosso,
Yes,
5-0, motion carried.
great. Can we move on to personnel?
Upon recommendation of the superintendent of schools, a motion to approve items A through P under certificated staff and items A through I under non-certificated staff and personnel on this evening's agenda.
And can I have a second?
I'll second.
And Brian, whenever you're ready.
Ms. DiMartini,
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson,
Yes.
Ms. Mack,
Yes.
Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Grosso,
Yes,
5-0, motion carried.
and then we'll move on to finance and facilities.
Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, motions to approve items A through V under finance and item A under facilities on this evening's agenda.
Great, and a second,
I'll second.
and Brian, whenever you're ready.
Ms. DiMartini,
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson,
Yes.
Ms. Mack, Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Grosso,
Yes.
5-0, motion carried.
Okay, great. So there's nothing under policy, so now we're gonna move on to public comment on items off the agenda. Again, public participation shall be governed by the following. Participant must be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface comments by an announcement of their name and address. Statements are to be limited to 3 minutes duration. Participant may speak no more than once on the same topic until all others who also wish to speak on that topic have been heard. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. Boards use the public comment period of the meeting as an opportunity to listen to citizen concerns, but not to debate issues or enter into a question and answer session or a cross-examination between the public and individual members. Please be aware that not all issues brought before the board will be resolved this evening. Boards may respond to public comment by seeking additional information or by delegating the authority to the superintendent or his designee. The presiding officer may interrupt, warn, and/or terminate a participant's comments if they exceed the allotted time or are objectively obscene. Participants may be civilly liable for any obscene, defamatory, or slanderous statements made during public comment. Would anyone like to address the board this evening? Yes, come on up. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Angela Wilson. I live at 41 Deerfield Road in West Caldwell, right down the street. And I've lived here for almost 16 years. My daughter Abby will be joining these two, Julia and Micah, JCHS in the fall. From her years at Wilson and her 3 years at GCMS, her one constant was the Caldwell-West Caldwell Soccer Club. Run completely by parent volunteers on the board. She spent 6 years with the club, and next Sunday is her last game with her team, affectionately known as the Clovers. In the beginning, the teams were assigned nicknames, and theirs was the Clovers. They've now moved on to 14U Chiefs, but we still call them the Clovers because they're our good luck charm.
Aw.
We're especially proud of them. They're a very special group. When I say this group of 15 girls are special, I can't really put into words how tight-knit they've become after their seasons together. Last season, their story was recognized by our local professional women's soccer team, the NJ Gotham. As a part of Keep Her in the Game program, they were asked to attend a game and appear on the pitch with the team. Sorry, it's a little emotional. So you see, at 14 years old, statistically, that's the age when girls begin to lose confidence in themselves and feel like continuing in a sport isn't something they can do. And this Keeping Girls in the Game program with Gotham is something they were elected to after applying for. And they persevered, these girls. They're at the top of their game. In the last 6 years, they've gone from Flight 4 to Flight 1. And next Sunday, they're poised to win the entire league and be number one in the league. Due to their hard work, skill, developing together as a team. But that's actually not what's on their mind right now. They don't want their journey to end. Sure, they'll be joining the amazing Coach Kelly, and some of them will make varsity and JV at the high school. But there's enough of them, plus even a few more in the older age group to join them for a freshman team. And right now, we've been told that's not an opportunity that's available to them. And we want to ask you as the board to make it a priority to keep our girls in the game as the New Jersey Gotham has promoted them. Provide them with what some as an outlet to anxiety, a way to participate in school, a way to continue their camaraderie that has taught them how to be a good teammate, a good friend, and honestly, the greatest group of girls I can even imagine. Winning or losing, these girls have stuck together and have grown together, and they don't want their journey to end. Yes, not all of them will make JV or varsity in the long run, but they don't want to be denied this one more year together that honestly is an opportunity that really should be available to them. So thank you for letting me speak on behalf of our girls, and we want to ask you if you can do whatever you can to keep our girls in the game.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Angela, I just want to say that we actually, Danielle and I attended a shared services meeting last week, and we heard from somebody in the shared services meeting about this issue. And the good thing is that Dr. Fernari was with us, so she heard too. So we opened up that dialogue, and I just put on my list for her to follow up about that. So we're on it. We're going to do everything that we can, okay? So we are going to work towards it. I can't promise anything, but we are, like Dr. Fernari knows about it, and so that was the benefit of it. So I am really though glad that you came up and put it on the record, but it's on our radar, okay? No, they had the 8th grade, yes. They don't need to be. We know, and it is important to us. It's important to all of us, okay? Yeah. Yeah, so you're welcome, Anybody else? That's it?
I think
Yeah,
wants
Liz,
to
go
go.
ahead, Liz.
Hi, Liz Hart again. Do we have any updates on the field house, like figures? Because I went on, no?
No, we just asked Brian, yeah. Brian's
Okay.
gonna follow up with Phoenix Advisors to try to get them soon, yeah.
Okay.
Our hope is we're gonna have them by the end of the summer. Like, that's our goal, is to have them by then. I mean,
Okay.
sooner the better, but Brian's gonna follow up with them.
And I can
Go,
just tell
go
you,
ahead.
I will have them, but it's about half the borrowing. So I'm gonna guess, without having it finalized, we're gonna be about half the tax impact. So we'll come back with something. I'm gonna go to the advisors and get some real numbers, but it's gonna be pretty close to that.
Pretty close to the
Half the tax impact. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So it'll
yeah,
be
the
like
numbers,
50,
the numbers on the
right?
numbers on the field house, what it's gonna look like is gonna be anywhere between 8 to 8.5. That's what the
Right.
project is gonna turn out to be. The tax impact, we gotta get from Phoenix Advisors, so.
50-60% of it, I would say.
Okay. And can I just throw out just a totally random question?
Sure.
Okay. So in the last meeting, I had asked about the sound system, right, for GCMS.
Oh.
And it was that the bid was rejected because it was like really high. It was $1.5 million. It was really originally supposed to be like $800,000, right? And so then I did research about the CPA, and I know that had gone through referendums. It had gone through like 2 failed referendums and finally was approved after a 3rd. So is there any thought that the cost for the sound system would be under a referendum as well?
I mean, not right now. I mean,
Okay.
listen, this is the hope, is that like, that we put a lot of the district's money into that GCMS auditorium at no cost to the taxpayer, and it is beautiful. And no doubt, and I know it, my child performed in it for 3 years. The sound system at the middle school needs work, right? So we are committed to that, but we have to spread the wealth a little bit too. Like there's other bigger process. That field house is such a health hazard. So not only is it a health hazard, but it's also unfair. Like our girls don't have anything, right? Like we're sitting here about a soccer team, like they don't even have a place to change right now. So it's like, you know, we want to do things, so we've got to like now shift priorities. So we just put all this money into the auditorium, now we got to shift priorities. The hope is that if the field house is bonded, then we can use cap reserve that we were not putting towards the field house to use towards the GCMS project. Right?
Okay.
So there's ways that we're looking at doing that down the line, but we've got to get through the referendum, and right now the focus of that is to get that new building up, right? That's something that we can't do on our own. We need to do that. We need to get that bonded and get that built. Once that's done, then we can look at the cap reserve and then reallocate funds, right, to tackle other projects.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
You're the best advocate, Liz. I'm telling you. The music
I'm
and
trying,
more is
I'm
lucky
trying.
to have you. You are.
Yeah.
We hear you, but we've got to we have to take one thing at a time, right? So we feel like that was a big deal. Like that was a lot of money. Brian, how much was the auditorium renovation? It was over $1 million, right?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, that was a lot. So we
Okay.
did that, but now we have to, that field house is, it's. I mean, the other day a parent came up to me and said, now the outlet for the ice machine's not working. So it's like these kids get hurt, they need ice packs, they can't make ice in there right now. So it's like Chris Marcel was looking at it, like it's falling apart, right? And now we're at situations where our girls' sports are thriving and they have nowhere to go. There's nowhere for them to be. So, we listened to the community. The community said, no second floor, it's too much money. We get it, we understand it. So we pivoted. The focus was always equity for the girls and cleanliness and safety for the athletes. So now that's what we're sticking with, the bare bones. Cleanliness and safety and equity for our female athletes. That's what we're going for. So that's our next focus, and then we can go back to the sound system. Let's just pray it passes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? No? Okay, so before I ask to exit executive session, GCMS's promotion is Wednesday, the high school's Thursday. Let's all say some good vibes up for good weather. We're keeping our fingers crossed. And like I said, Dr. Fenari's official first day is July 1st. She has said multiple times she has an open door policy. She's a lovely human, and I would encourage anybody who has any sort of problems, issues, concerns, you can reach out to her via email. She is getting all of her district emails, and if you so want to speak with her, make an appointment to meet with her this summer. Our next board meeting will be in July. I don't want to finalize the date because we really have not gotten a chance as a board to sit with Dr. Fenari and mesh our schedules and like what our needs are for the summer. So just check the website for our next meeting, okay? And the one last thing I also want to say is, as far as the referendum that passed, thanks to everybody, phase 1 will begin construction soon, correct, Brian?
Phase 1 construction will be next summer.
Next summer.
The bidding on phase 1, which is about 60% of the projects, will be in the fall, October, with 2026 summer construction.
Okay, great. So we are going to be updating the website under the referendum tab, not only about the referendum in November, but phase 1, what phase 1 is going to be. We spoke to Brian tonight about timelines, when bids will be going out. But Brian, can you just like very briefly outline like what's going to be in phase 1 to start?
So phase 1 is going to be the vestibules. It's going to be the piping at Grover Cleveland. It's going to be the HVAC, AC at the gyms at the high school, the middle school, and also the STEAM update at the high school year.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, but we're going to put it on the website, and that's on our list for Dr. Fenari too, to make sure that that all happens, so everyone can follow that. Okay. That being said, can I have a motion to exit public session and enter executive at 7:53 p.m.?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Brian, can you take the roll?
Yes, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All against, no. Abstentions? Motion carried.
Thank you, everyone, for a wonderful school year. Enjoy the last couple of days and have a beautiful, peaceful, restful summer.